This is your boy DJ Leon D, and on this channel we talk about travel, money, and lots of cooking. Three things I know quite a bit about. I'm not an expert at anything. Nope, not an expert. I've just been around a long time and know a lot. Let's get it on. Well, I've been going on quite a few cruises lately. Went to Alaska on Holland America, and I dogged it out. Boy, did I not know what I was in for after that fact. I did not know. Because you see, when you line up 3 or 4 cruises in a row, you really can only base them on what you did previously. And now I have been on, 4 or 5 cruises in the past. Not a problem. Carnival, Norwegian. But, I did it because I wanted to take my son on some trips around the world. And so I did that. But then I went on Royal Caribbean, explored the seas, 2 weeks ago. And let me tell you something. They make Holland of America look like it's a superstar. And it really isn't. But I guess when you say what's bad, what's good, you only comparing what you did. At least that's me. So I'm going to tell you in this video, Holland America versus Royal Caribbean. What's good about each one and what's bad about each one. And I struggle to find out what's good about Royal Caribbean. Because at the end of the day, I got to tell you, for $4,000 or $5,000, it's just not worth it. I'd rather fly to the places I went to. And now people say, why did you pick Royal Caribbean or Holland America? I pick my cruises based on their destinations. There are places I want to see, I want to go, and some places I've been there before, and now I want to go back. So that's why I picked what I picked. I want to do Alaska, farthest north, and I want to do the Southern Caribbean, or some people call it the Western Caribbean. So I wanted to go to Aruba, and I wanted to go to Colombia and Panama and go through the canal. Yes, did all that. Enjoyed the hell out of it. The only time I didn't have fun was when I was back on the ship. The ship, I'm going to tell you right now, is old as hell. It's old with a bunch of old people and young people. Now, here's the biggest difference between the two. Royal Caribbean tries to be everything to everybody. Now, you're going to get the old people, not a lot. You're going to get the young kids, not a lot. But you're going to get the in-betweeners, the young parents, maybe the teenagers, not a lot though. But it's just that the food was as old as the ship. It was. Now, Holland America, let me tell you about Holland America. I went to Alaska, and there were a couple of places that I really wanted to see that we could not see because of the weather. I went in September, and some of the places were closed down because of snow or whatever reason. But Holland America, as I get into more cruising, the one thing I appreciated the most about them is that they don't try to be everything to everybody. They can give a damn about if you're a kid. Matter of fact, I don't know if they had any kid events or any kid anything on that ship. Because everybody on this ship, I promise you, the average age must have been in the 80s. They had so many wheelchair ramps. They had so many, I really feel bad for the crew. Because there were some heifers on there. I mean, there were some fat people on there with cruise ships. And fat people are dumb. When you leave the ship to get ready to go on an excursion, if you know you got some kind of medical problem, you should not be the first one off the ship. It's like Southwest Airlines. People on Southwest Airlines seem like they all get on in wheelchairs and they all walk off just so they can board early. But they are a mess. Holland America, the same exact way. And with Royal Caribbean, nothing seems to be on time. They tell you we gotta depart, on the excursion at 9:30. So you leave the ship at 9 o'clock. They don't leave until 10 o'clock because you know why? They're looking for everybody. They're looking for everybody. Holland America don't give a damn if you're on time or not. When they say that bus is gonna leave at 9:30, at 9:31 you're walking. If you have not caught your bus, you are walking. They don't give a damn. They got your money already. You pay for it. You pay for a certain time. And then the other thing too about Holland America, if they say we're gonna get off the ship at 9 o'clock, they're not gonna allow you in the gangway until 9 o'clock. That's when you get off. Royal Caribbean, these old folks are down there an hour before we get to port. Knowing we gotta get to port, we gotta get ready to leave the ship. Maybe tenders. They know all that. They wait on you. They wait on you. That was pissing me off because a 7-hour excursion, now they got to speed it all up and make it 6 hours. Royal Caribbean, all their excursions are in the morning or in the afternoon. They make sure that you are on the ship or close to the ship around lunchtime. Not Royal Caribbean. They make sure you miss lunch. They're saving money by not feeding you. Now, if they feed you, it's going to be a box lunch with a sandwich in it that you're going to hate. Or, in my case, they took us to the 7-Eleven, like a Sheetz or a Love. They take us to one of those kind of places and basically said, feed yourself. And you go in there, and there are like 5 busloads of people there. The line long as hell. The line is long as hell. You're mad, you're pissed, and everybody's buying soda, M&Ms. They're buying all the typical junk food. But also, people in there buying beers. Knowing we got a 2-hour ride from Cologne to Panama, you let people buy beers? What do you think is going to happen? They're going to have to piss. And you talking about we got 2 hours before the next stop. Well, guess what? They ain't got 2 hours. Old people piss all the time. They piss all the time. So if you let them buy beers, water's bad enough. You let them buy beers, they're gonna piss like a horse. And that's just what happened. So now this 2-hour trip becomes a 2-hour and 30-minute trip because they gotta piss every 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, I was pretty pissed. Holland America, they tell you this. We got a 2-hour bus ride from A to B. You need to go to the bathroom right now because we're not stopping. So you better have your diapers on. Tell the old folks, put on your diapers. We finna go for a ride. And that's exactly how they operate. Holland America was so much better organized. Even when it rained, they had something to cover you with. But it was a lot more organized than Royal Caribbean. And Royal Caribbean, you have the same food every single day. Now, I can say this about Holland America and Royal Caribbean. The biggest difference was Holland America had prunes. They had prunes every morning, every day, every meal. They figure we give you enough prunes, you eat them, because old folks were eating the hell out of the prunes. You'll be in your room most of the rest of the night. Now, Royal Caribbean didn't do any of that. Matter of fact, they had no grapes. I wanted grapes a couple times. They had decent fruits, but not the variety of Holland America. Holland America, they did the food not bad at all because 10 days, the main meal was never the same. Never the same for 10 days. So I enjoyed that, and they don't cater to people who are not there, like the Indians. Royal Caribbean seemed like they cater to the crew more than the guest because there was very few guests that were Indian, but they had a shitload of Indian food every single night, and I could not understand why. So my whole point is a cruise line, a cruise ship, be like Virgin. Be like Virgin Virgin Cruise Line. You can't be everything to everybody. Those people just gotta say, hey, listen, you got a shitload of kids. You need to be on Carnival. But no, that's not what they do. It's not what they do. They want to make everybody happy and be everything to everybody, and that pissed off the people like me. Because I go on a cruise ship to make me happy. You had great destinations, and here's the funny part. On all the destinations or excursions I went on, I never saw kids because they were pretty pricey. You know, $100 here, $150 here. And, you know, it didn't bother me. But if you got 3 kids, that's a lot of money, especially if you don't like them. Now, if you like your kids, it may not seem that much. But if you don't like them, that's a lot of money. So I thought that was kind of cool. I said, hey, on the excursions, but here's the problem on the excursions, though, with Royal Caribbean. In all the excursions, you got to walk a little bit. Well, guess what? Old people don't walk very fast. They don't walk fast at all. So they were a problem. So my whole point to them was, you got excursions, and you got, but they tell you that you got to walk. Not a problem. They tell you in the brochure, they said this is, you know, if you're in a wheelchair or you can't walk, don't go. And I'm fine with that. But they had old people on there. Old people don't walk either. When they do, it's very, very slow. And that was the upsetting part. Because I'm like, I'm ready to go, pay my money. I want to maximize these 8 hours. No. 8 hours to me. The average person walks 3 miles per hour. 8 hours to me means that I walked about 16 miles. Nope. We walked about a mile over 8 hours. Those people were fat, out of shape. They just didn't have the energy in them. And then one time on Royal Caribbean, the tour guide said, hey, you guys want to stop and get some pictures of the beach? Only I got off. Everybody else was like, nope, we're gonna sit in the bus and look. We're not gonna we don't have to walk to see it. We're just gonna sit in the bus with our binoculars and look. Well, I got off because I want to get some great GoPro shots. But that's one of the biggest differences, that Royal Caribbean wants to make you happy. And here's how it works in life. For everybody you make happy, you're pissing somebody off. Because the pace we were going at, to me, was just a waste of my damn time. And I'm like, I paid for this, and I'm going to see half of what I want to see, because Mama June over there is moving at a snail's pace. And she is happy as shit because she's burning no energy, and she's waiting on lunch. No, I want to get off and go see things and do things. That's how I look at an excursion. I want to see as much as possible, not necessarily as quick as possible, but I don't mind a nice pace. And then the tour guide on Royal Caribbean would tell you, you got 15 minutes for bathroom break. Old people, 15 minutes is like a baby's 15 minutes. To old people, 15 minutes is a lifetime. They were never ready to go when he said, are you ready to go? You can't find Bill over here. We got 2 Italian couples that got lost in the woods, and there are no woods because we can see them clear as hell. And then you got 5 buses lined up side by side, and nobody knows which bus they got off. It never occurred to them to either look at the driver, who all looked distinct to me, or look at the bus number. No, they never did any of that kind of stuff. They were just a total waste. So, well, Holland America, they tell you, you're on bus 50. We're leaving at 8:40. I promise you, at 8:40, bus 50 was leaving. The guy would count and say, we missing 3 people. Let's go. We got other buses. They'll figure it out. I like that attitude. But on Royal Caribbean, they would count, we got 22 out of 25. There goes another 15 damn minutes. And they knew what time we was leaving. They all got smartphones on them. So you got a time, you got a clock. They all had that kind of stuff on them. That was just winding me up to no end because I would have left their asses a long time ago. And it was always the same damn people. That's the problem with Royal Caribbean. Once you get on a bus with them, you're with the same group the whole day. If they piss you off at 10 o'clock, the same couple's going to piss you off at 11 o'clock. The same guy behind me was just drinking beers, pouring them down. And then he's ringing the bell. I need to go to the bathroom. No. What you need to do is quit drinking all the damn beers over there. That's what you need to do. And your goofy ass wife need to tell you, don't drink the beers. Because he's not going to go in there. He is not going to go in there for 2 minutes. No. He's going to be gone for 15, 20 minutes. And then he comes out. He wants to talk. That really pissed me off. You got us late and behind on the schedule don't matter. He had his own schedule. And his wife was just beside him. They had their own schedule. Now everybody is mad. Everybody's pissed. So that is how Royal Caribbean treats you. Holland America, on the other hand, would have just left your ass and say, figure it out. Get a bus. Matter of fact, on on Royal Caribbean, this is what happened to us. Doing a day cruise, everything's great. This lady who had every kind of procedure in the world done, she had an old dude. Now, I'm thinking he about 20 years older than she was, and she was in her 60s. And she had an old dude with a cane. Now, he might have been the life of the party 20 years ago when she met him. Well, guess what? He's in diapers now, and she's pissed off because she still thinks she has it all, and she don't. Just because you got the brand new tits and the brand new blonde hair, you don't. So what happened was we were doing a cruise. We're doing a day trip around the island, and we was in Aruba. Won't forget this. The bus driver, now I got my GPS on to see where we are. I'm taking pictures of a lot of different things. He goes off the beaten path, and I couldn't figure out why. He drops them off at the Ritz-Carlton. And I'm thinking, the Ritz-Carlton, they got on the bus at the cruise port like I did. There's nothing on here that says anything about the Ritz-Carlton. Well, what happened was they had offered him $50 to go out of his way to drop them off at the Ritz-Carlton. And I know they're not staying the night because they're on the cruise ship. So they gave him some money on the side. Don't know what it was. And I think they went in there to go gamble or meet her other boyfriend. I'm not sure what happened. But all I know is that we're now 35 minutes behind schedule for what the itinerary said because he's doing a side hustle. And I'm like, seriously, dude? You could take him back to where we're going, to the cruise port, and you could have easily have said, get a taxi, because there were 1,000 taxis there. But he decided to be the taxi on my time and my money. So when we got off the bus, they're all beggars. They got their hand out. If I did a good job, give me $20. So I didn't give anything at all because I'm pissed because I missed two places I wanted to see, the Parliament building and the museum building, because you're taking old ass Joe over here to the Ritz-Carlton that's not part of the itinerary at all. And now I'm pissed. But that's Royal Caribbean. When we was in Holland America, that would have never happened. They had a bus route. They showed you the bus route. So if something happened, you got lost, whatever, robbed, raped, whatever, you had an idea where you were. They did not deviate at all. They had a route. They stuck to the route. So that's how that worked. But my point is, I dogged out Holland America, and I regret the hell out of that after I took Royal Caribbean. I just regret the hell out of that. Because now I know that Holland America is way beyond Royal Caribbean in so many different ways. If you're going to book one of the two, the Alaskan cruise, we enjoyed it. I missed a couple of ports, but I love all the ports on Royal Caribbean. I just hate it when I was on the ship because I knew I had the same old food, and they make sure you don't get a chance to buy any food on the excursions because the excursions blow right through lunch. They blow through lunch. We got lucky in Aruba that we had a chance to get dinner off the ship. Now, I know the ship is heavy as hell. I mean, it's not it's so heavy, but I know it's crowded, but I know they're happy because they ain't got to feed you. So that's Royal Caribbean versus Holland America. Take Holland America, but if you got kids, take Carnival. Peace out. Your boy DJ Leon D.